Hi, in this session, we're simply going to add the ability to save and load data that we've persisted. Now, in both of these cases, it's going to require us to make some modifications to the school source file. So what we're going to do here is we're simply going to add the ability to save all applicants, and we won't worry about passing in any details about our file name. We'll just hard code it. I'm going to use the using statement, which is a nice feature. It basically makes sure everything gets it makes sure that any garbage collection takes place quickly, which is probably a good idea when you're dealing with connections to databases, or as we're going to be doing here, using a simple stream that takes advantage of sorry, under stream I haven't actually got my using organized correctly, so it's going to be system.io there, and file.open allows us to store all of our applicants in some kind of a data file. By default, if you're not familiar with this, these will go into your bin, which will be found inside of the current project. In this case, our current project, as you can see by the highlighted or the bold text, is a presentation layer. So drill down there and you'll find it no problem. So all I'm doing is opening a file, and then we're going to use a binary formatter. And again, I don't seem to have a using reference here yet, so we'll just go down and use the ability to do a binary formatter there. Call it bin equals new binary formatter, nothing exciting there. And to save everything, we simply do a serialize. Now, we're going to serialize to the stream that we've created just above, and we're simply going to serialize our linked list called applicants. Okay, and that's all there is to doing the save. I should probably point out, though, there is one other thing that's fairly important for us to do, and that's to actually specify which classes are capable of being serialized. So if we just go into our applicant class, we need to add an attribute right here that gives that lets us know that this particular classed applicant can be serialized. And since we have a number of applicants in our list link, it's an important step that has to be followed. Okay, so basically we've got everything ready to do the save, and we can link this up very quickly. If we go into here and we look at our save, we know that we want to do a save, and we have to get access to the school again, so it's simply going to be, hey school, would you mind saving all applicants? No arguments required. Okay, that's all there is to it. But we might as well go ahead and do the other half of the problem as well. So even though we've done the save, we'll just come back in here and do the load applicants. Apologies there. We'll load the applicants, and using the same stream again, actually I'm just going to copy and paste that out of the previous one here. So we're just going to go do all of this again. But what we'd like to do instead is we'd simply like to assign the results of deserializing our file into the applicants linked list. Deserialize from the stream. Okay, so exactly the same in reverse. Let me just get my brackets right here. There we go. Exactly the same thing in reverse. Okay, and we need to hook this up. Let's wire it up to the load event. And again, in this case, it's school dot load applicants, and everything should be good. Okay. The one other thing that perhaps, well, let's go ahead and run it and just see what happens. And as you can see, I had a build error, so I'm simply missing a couple of closed brackets here. Let's try building this again. Looks a little bit better this time. When we run it, we now see that we can view our applicants, which there won't be any. We can then add new applicants. Shut down our dialog box, save the applicants, and we've run into another mistake. Now in this case it says it can't find a file to open. I'm just going to stop debugging here, and I'm going to replace open with create, just in case it hasn't been created before. This will create a new instance. So here we go once more, and we'll view our applicants, which there are none. We'll add some applicants, and they're appearing in our list, so we can shut that down. At this point we can save them, and now if things go right, we can load them. The interesting thing, though, is that we haven't automatically updated our view all applicants. So if we were to go add new applicants and add BB, this is frequently caused by one of two problems. The first thing that we should look at is to make sure that we've passed in the owner. So we're just going to double click here to bring up the event handler for when the user clicks on their menu item, and this is passed in. So the other problem that you can potentially run into is that when our view all applicants view is closing, we no longer need to subscribe to the event, so we need to release it. So I'm going to click here on the view all applicants view, look at my events, and see if I have a form closing, which I don't. I'm going to add that in, and basically I'm going to release my hold on the event handler. So all I did here is I used my old approach. I'm typecasting the owner to the name of the parent of this particular view class, which is the main application that runs. And instead of subscribing plus equals to this event, I'm going to use the minus equal event handler, which will actually remove the event handler altogether. So we're going to try to run this once more, and here we go. We're going to view our applicants. There's none there. We're then going to load our applicants, and we haven't fired any events to update the views right now, so we don't either see the dashboard or the view all applicants being updated, and I'll leave that as an exercise to the students. But here I'm adding new applicants. This does fire the event, so we can see that we've added a third user, a third applicant, as well as the two that we've added in, and our dashboard's been updated as well. So to review, we've used events which are fired by the entity classes whenever something interesting is happening. The event that we fired is on new applicant. That lets us know that there's new applications that have been received, and that updates each and every class that is subscribed. So two of my classes currently subscribe. My dashboard class subscribes to update the number of applicants that I have, and my view all applicants adds their first name and last name. Okay, what we'll move on to in the next series is doing team development, and we'll see how we can take advantage of Team Foundation Server